The little girl went to call her grandma for dinner but found dirt on the carpet, which seemed to form a line. She pulled the curtain along the dirt, and there was only a group of cute bugs moving. She flashed to one side subconsciously and saw blood on the scarf and the smell of ghosts. She turned around to continue looking for her grandma, and a shadow appeared floating behind her like a ghost. "Rosario, what are you doing here?" "Nothing, Grandma, let's go home." "Do you think I'm a ghost?" Waiting for the girl to leave, the grandma closed the door heavily. This is Rosario's first meal as a Christian, the Spanish Catholic near her father's funeral. Prayed for her. But at this solemn moment, Rosario found her grandma shrinking in the crowd until she came across her and fell into a shadow. 20 years later, Rosario has realized her childhood dream of becoming a white collar in the New York financial circle, manipulating millions of dollars every minute. Wildflowers bloomed into roses. Lucy just saw the news of the snowstorm and let her assistant continue to stock up on a falling stock. The next target is also rising. This is the grandma, who hasn't been in touch for many years. She called her today. She didn't want to answer the phone because she was going to visit an important guest. Besides, the old man's cell phone may be misplaced, but due to the snowstorm she had to take the subway. Facing her grandma's call again, she finally picked up the phone. It was a rough man on the other side. He told her that her grandma had passed away and needed her to deal with the situation. Although her father reminded her not to leave, but after all, her father was in another city. It would take a long time for Rosario to drive here, and it would take a long time for her to take the subway, but she was in a hurry to take the subway. She decided to go to the city first, after saying that Lucy opened the mailbox. What she heard was the voice of her grandma, hoping to be forgiven by her. It was already dark when Lucy arrived at the grandma's apartment. She rang the doorbell, and the manager she contacted led her to the grandma's room. Although it had been a few years when she faced her grandma's remains alone, she still felt a little sad and unconscious. She slowly opened her eyes, but her eyes were full of tears, as if she had been crying for a long time, looking at the various bruises on her grandma's body and the old accessories. It was obvious that there was something wrong. But there was a clear voice behind her. When she walked over and looked, she saw a pile of words, and it was really bad. As she endured the surge of power, she threw the plate into the trash can and heard the sound of the police. But when she opened the window, she saw the ambulance passing by and a few hooligans peeking at her. She immediately closed the window and called the police to ask questions. It turned out that the snow